This 1974 baseball season has seen two historical events. Hank Aaron's record-breaking home run in April, and now the occurrence of Kent Bolsta's dramatic reading of Casey at the bat.
It looked like streamlined rockets, rocky streamlets, extremely rocky for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood on 2x4s. The score stood 2-4, with but an inning left to play. So when Booney sighed and beckoned, Cooney died at second, and Burroughs bid a game. Burroughs did the same. A pail of furry peaches, a pair of future teachers, a pallor read the features of the patrons of the game. A staggering stew, a straggling few got up to go, leaving there the rest, with a soap that stings internal, the hope that springs eternal within the human breast. For they thought, if only Casey could could get a whack at that, they'd put up even money now, they're crazy as a bat, or with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey on his bike into the lake, or likewise so did Blake, and the former was a puddin', and the latter was a cake. The latter was a fake. So on that stricken multitude, a death-like silence sat, for there seemed a little chance of Casey's getting to the bat. But Flynn let sling a shovel, sling a drivel, drive a single to the wonderment of all, and the much despised Blakey tore the cover off the ball. And when the bus had shifted, or when the dust had lifted, and they saw what had occurred, there was half-baked Blakey safe at second, and Flynn a-hugging his girl, Flynn a-hugging third. Then from the gladdened multitude, went up a glass of gel, a joyous yell. It rumbled in the mountain tops and rattled in the dell. It hunched upon the swell side, struck upon the hillside, and rebounded on the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was dancing on his hat, or was advancing to the bat. There was grease in Casey's banner as he slipped upon his face. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was hide on Casey's herring. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile on Casey's face. And when despondent in his beers, responding to the cheers, he lightly huffed his dadded his forget it. No stranger in the crowd could doubt, with Casey at the bat. 10,000 flies were on him as he rubbed his dirty hand. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 thumbs, 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his skirt, or wiped them on his shirt. Then when the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the blockheads bleached with pimples, or from the bleachers black with people, went up a muffled roar, like the storming of a beat wave, the heating of a storm wave on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone in the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised the bet, raised his hand. With a mile of Christmas cherry trees, or with a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, and made the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher. Once more the typhoid flew, the stomach flew, a spheroid flew. But Casey snored, Casey still ignored it. And the umpire said, "Strike two." "Freud," cried the saddened mouths, "fraud," cried the maddened thousands. And the echo answered, "Fraud." But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awful. The audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lips. His teeth are drenched in paste. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel vengeance his bat upon the plate. And now the preacher tolls the bell. Now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the chair is flattened. The air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is sitting tight. The sun is shining bright. Bands are playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are hearts are light. And somewhere men are loafing, somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children pout, somewhere children shout. But there is no mud in Joyville, there is no Ville in Joy Mud, there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
This is reporter Coward K. Smith bringing you today's press conference with popular Dr. Peter Gorrie. Dr. Gorrie has taken time out from his work at his laboratory to answer the children's questions. And may we have the first question, please?
Hello, Dr. Gorrie.
Hello, little girl.
Are you a real doctor? And how did you get your license?
Well, you may call me doctor. I took my driver's license and doctored it up.
Dr. Gorrie, do you have any medical associates?
Yes, I quite often go down to the lake and see the other docs. Next question, please.
Dr. Gorrie, do you ever have trouble getting parts for your monsters?
Yes, quite often. Just last week I ran out of belly buttons.
Belly buttons? Where do you get belly buttons?
The Naval Reserve.
That's a nice armchair you're sitting in. Is it very expensive?
Yes, it's made from real arms.
Do you like little kids a lot?
Yes, I love little kids, especially with coleslaw. Next question, please.
Excuse me, Dr. Gorrie. The Invisible Man is here, and he'd like to see you now.
Well, tell him I can't see him now. Let's go on with the press conference.
What is your favorite sport?
Well, I like to take my monsters with me when I go bowling. I have the Invisible Man knock down all the pins.
Did you bring Dracula to the press conference today?
No, he's back in the laboratory sleeping. He just flew in from Transylvania. And boy, are his arms tired.
Do any of your monsters have any romance in their life?
Yes, Dracula wants to get married. He wants to get some new blood in the family. Next question, please.
Dr. Gorrie, what is your latest experiment?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked that. I've just completed my latest creature, my little monster. He's only 5 inches high.
Where is your little monster?
Well, he's right here. Say something to the people, little monster.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gorrie's little monster, and I look just like him, only in miniature.
You may ask my little monster questions if you wish, but the audience will notice all he knows is small talk.
Little monster, how do you get along with Dr. Gorrie's monsters?
Pretty good, except for Count Dracula. I like to drive him batty.
Where do you sleep, little monster?
In Dr. Gorrie's chambers.
His private chambers?
No, in his gas chambers.
My little monster is a musician. Someone asked him a question about his musical talents.
Little monster, do you play any instruments?
I like to play the piano with my 10 little fingers on my left hand. That way, I don't have to use my thumbs.
Do you have any favorite sports, little monster?
I play foosball. I like to play goalie.
You mean you can operate the foosball machine?
No, I get into the machine and kick my legs up.
That's enough from you, little monster. The people will hear more from you later. Are there any final questions?
Dr. Gorrie, do you have any more projects that you are working on?
Yes, I'm working on a book.
Are you writing it yourself?
No, it will be written by my ghostwriter. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's all the time we have to answer questions. I'll have to take Dracula down to the blood bank now, where his account is overdrawn. Until next time, happy nightmares.
You have just heard a press conference with Dr. Peter Gorrie. This is reporter Coward K. Smith with a short commentary on today's press conference.